and it's livestream daily TR blog. And this is a special day. You know why? Because it's August 1st. So let me wish you again a happy new month. Welcome to August, guys. Enjoy August, enjoy favor and increase on every side. From me to you, have a nice month. From me to you, enjoy the month of August with peace, and everything, joy and fulfillment in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, without much talks, welcome to today's in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Today's family is all about family. I'm your family, you're my family. You're gonna have a family one day. I'm gonna have my family one day. Right now we have family, we have parents and siblings. So yeah, it's all about family, and today we'll be talking about criteria for family growth. Criteria for family growth. Everything in life has to grow. Everything in life involves harnessing. Everything in life involves grooming, and everything in life also involves growing and development or developing. So today we'll be talking about family and criteria for family growth. So straight up, starting this in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. All right. Family. All here about family, but family encompasses a lot of things, that I'll be talking about today, and a lot of things that we are yet to figure out. So, family growth is number one, and family growth is very, very much essential. Family growth encompasses various aspects that contribute to the overall well-being. Contribute to the overall well-being, expansion, and success of a family unit. So for a family to be successful, for a family to expand, for the overall well-being of a family, growth has to be consistent, and growth cannot be taken out. So family growth encompasses various aspects that contribute to the overall well-being, expansion, and success of the family unit or of a family unit. Now, these growths can be viewed in terms of size. You can quantify the growth in terms of size. That is how big the family is in terms of numbers, or emotional and psychological health. Sometimes during family planning, most parents just plan based on the family size, but they don't plan in the other aspect of family growth. But family growth, it's more than just the size, or it's quantifiable more than just the size. You have to talk about the emotional aspect. You have to talk about psychological health, because these are very much essential, and these are very much, notable areas of family that can't and shouldn't be neglected. Another one is financial stability and social connections. As I see some families being connected to a lot of persons and being connected to a lot of people and having their children, know a lot of people from a tender age, and where they grew up, they are used to, being connected to people, and they are used to socializing. They're used to socializing, and socialization and all that. You understand? So there are criteria for family growth, and I'll be listing some, or I'll be giving some criteria on family growth and some things that cannot be taken out of family growth. Number one is emotional and psychological well-being. Now, in a family, some parents, or most parents, especially from the father side, or the fathers, they prioritize, financial stability, they prioritize financial growth, and to an extent, they neglect other aspects of family growth or other essentialities of family. And these things cannot really be taken out of family. You understand? These things, because they make up the family. They determine how well the family will thrive. So emotional and psychological well-being is the number one criteria for family growth. Now, under emotional and psychological well-being, we have healthy communication. I would always say communication is the basis of everything. Most things we talk about, most of our sessions, most of our live streams, communication just comes through in everything, and most times it's number one or it's number two, because it's the basis of life. You get me? Someone cannot understand you, or know what you're going through, or know what you're thinking, without you communicating. So number one aspect of criteria, number one aspect of family growth is emotional and psychological well-being. And under emotional and psychological well-being, we have healthy communication. Now, there's communication and there's healthy communication. When it's healthy, it is effective. You get me? So effective communication is vital. Why? For resolving conflict, for expressing love, for understanding each other's needs. Yes, believe me, you can't express yourself effectively without communicating. No matter the communication, if it's signs, verbally, or whatever way you feel the person you're communicating to would understand you. But you can't take communication out of relationships. and you can't take communication out of life. But now it's one thing to communicate, but when there's no positive feedback, when there's no response, that means it's not effective. So it has to be effective. So one essentiality of family growth, or one criteria for family growth, is healthy communications, or healthy communication, because it's vital for resolving conflicts, it's vital for expressing love and understanding each other's needs. So for you, or in order for you to understand your siblings' needs or your parents' needs and vice versa, you have to communicate and you have to express yourself openly and honestly. You get me? So yeah, families should foster an environment where members feel safe to share their thoughts and emotions. There are some families that their parents just infuse, or rather enforce things without the children or the kids or the world having a say or having anything to contribute. Whatever the parents say just stands. That's like an authoritarian kind of family, or is it authoritative kind of family? The parents just say things, and it seems like it's a barrack. Whatever they say stands, and children don't have a say, or children don't have a view, or can't chip in their view or stuff. But no, family has to be balanced. Family style has to be balanced. It has to be healthy, and communication is very essential. You get me? So families should foster an environment where members feel safe to share their thoughts and emotions. Number two, under emotional and psychological well-being, is emotional support. Very, very necessary and very, very essential. Like I said, it shouldn't just be based on financial support from the father or from the parent alone. Emotional support is very, very much necessary, because when there's no emotional support at home, you see children, you see kids, you see teenagers, you see youths going outside, to look for where they will get this support, or going outside to the nearest person or nearest adult that they will get this emotional support from. And sometimes they may be abused, because they are not trained at home properly on how they would get emotional support, or how emotional support comes in, or the way emotional support comes in. So when these kids, teenagers or youths look out for, or look for emotional support outside, they may be abused, either from adults or people that may take, advantage of them. You understand? That's why emotional support is very essential for family growth. Providing emotional support through encouragement, empathy, and understanding strengthens bonds and helps family members cope with stress and challenges. That sometimes that family members go through challenges or go through misunderstandings, and they don't know how to relate. They don't know how to settle this dispute. They don't know how to resolve or calm the waters, because one, there's no healthy communication, and two, there's no support system. And I'm support system now, I'm talking about financial support system. I'm talking about emotional support system. When there's no emotional support system, the kids won't be able to relate to their parents, and the parents will be able to understand their kids, or the children, because once, in a scenario whereby the children are going through stuff, and they can't feel safe to talk with their parents can't know whatever their children are going through, and sometimes they just assume, and assumptions lead to different things, or sometimes assumptions can lead the parents astray into thinking what their kids are not, or thinking about things that probably their kids aren't even thinking about. So emotional support is very necessary, because it helps family members cope with stress and challenges. Another aspect is mental health awareness, which is very, very, very much necessary. Mental health and awareness, what does it entail? It involves recognizing and addressing mental health issues. Mental health issues, I feel like it should be addressed from the home before either the kids or teenagers go out there and try to understand life by themselves, or understand life for themselves, or try to figure out the challenges of life. And it may be detrimental to their mental health, or detrimental to how they understand life. So mental health awareness is very much essential for family growth, and it involves recognizing and addressing mental health issues, providing access to professional help when needed, and ensuring that all family members can maintain their psychological well-being. So parents, it's not about focusing on the social welfare of your kids or your words or your children. It's not about focusing on the financial needs, but then psychologically also, mentally also, which is very much essential. Because if the child or the world is active up here, it will be better for them to navigate through life. If they are active mentally, if they are well to do psychologically, if they are well to do emotionally, it's easier for them to navigate through life's journey and through life's challenges, and also relate out there with people, or relate out there with their friends or release audio of their peers, because there are some children that are outside, they don't know how to relate amongst their peers, and sometimes they lose identity of themselves because they feel they are not emotionally sound or emotionally available to understand either what their friends are talking about or what is happening in their environment. That's why emotional support and mental health awareness has to start from the home, so that these kids can be able to navigate life's journey and be able to socialize, understand, outside, and not lose identity of themselves. Another aspect of family growth is physical health. You get under physical health, number one is nutrition. You know, a balanced diet is essential for the physical growth and development of all family members. We all know this one. We learn this one in school, health education and stuff. But then sometimes we take it for granted. So promoting healthy eating habits can prevent diseases and improve overall health. There are some of us that we don't have good eating habits or good nutritional habits and stuff. Some of these things we learned it from our parents, or some of these things we learned it, from things we saw, either from our uncles and aunts, growing up, or our environment. So it's a duty for parents, and guardians and counselors, whoever that is playing the role as a parent to any kid or any ward or any child, to teach the child, physical health, starting with nutrition, and promoting healthy eating habits so that diseases can be prevented, and you can improve overall health from childhood. Another is exercise. Regular physical activity supports physical health, reduces stress, and promotes a healthy lifestyle. There are some families that on Saturdays or twice a week, you see them, going out as a family to have fun. Fun, I mean, sporting activities, being very much active. Either they go out to jog, or they go out to the field to play ball or basketball or badminton or tennis, from childhood. And, sometimes it even helps the children or the kids discover their purpose or discover their passion from a tender age, because some of these kids or some of these children end up being so involved in sports and wanting to further a career in sports. So regular exercise is another thing that can help boost physical health of children and physical health generally of the family, and it can also help increase family growth, because families can engage in activities together like hiking, biking, or playing sports, and this is another form of bonding. This is another form of increasing family intimacy. This is another form of increasing parents children relationship. You understand? This is another form of parents understanding their kids and kids understanding their parents on their level, on their base level. Because when as a parent you play with your kids, you don't play with them as an adult. You come down to their level, and to like create a room or make a safe space for the children to relate with you, how they're feeling, even while playing. The children could be like, Mom, I don't know what I'm going through. I don't know what you told me. So, and once they listen to another, I see them, they're not telling you, either what they are going through emotionally or what is happening to them in school and stuff. Because now you've given them a space for you to come to their level. That's through sports and, fun activity. So, regular exercises is another way to boost family growth. Another way under physical health is healthcare access. Regular medical checkups, vaccinations, and timely medical intervention are crucial for maintaining health and preventing illness. That's why some of us, when we're very much younger, we're given, either chicken pox vaccine, or what they call it. There's some vaccines, yeah, that we're given, when we're growing up, and this vaccine helped us, prevented us from contacting, chicken pox and wherever skin disease or airborne and stuff. So that's why healthcare access is very much essential to boost physical health and to boost family growth, because when everybody in the family is healthy, the love in the family will be more and the bond will be more, because everybody are healthy or everybody is healthy. So everybody will be able to relate with each other at the same time and probably understand each other better. You get me? So another aspect of family growth is financial stability. Now, financial stability is very much essential, because you need money to enjoy life. You need money to have a good life. You need money to have, a wonderful life. So, financial stability is very, very necessary. And this involves income management, effective budgeting. As a parent, you have to be able to budget well and budget beautifully, so you don't run at the risk of loss, uh, at the risk of spending more than expected. So effective budgeting, saving, and investing ensure that the family can meet its needs and same time plan for the future and same time also invest in your kids. That's what sometimes or what we call trust fund or dividends, saving up for your kids' future so they can grow up, and have something to just bank on or something to be able to start up life for themselves or something to be able to invest in the future. So yeah, income management is very much essential in financial stability and for family growth. That's effective budgeting, saving, and investing to ensure that the family can meet its needs and plan for the future. Financial stability reduces stress as well and provides a secure environment for children to grow. In some form, it secures their future also. So children don't have to worry, and while growing, they don't have to worry about how our future is going to be like because already there's an investment for them, and with that investment, they can either use it to start up something for themselves, or further their career, or further their talent, or work on themselves based on the talent they've got or their gifts. You understand? So financial stability, that is income management, is very much essential. Another aspect is education and career development. Encouraging education and career development helps family members achieve personal and professional growth. So education, you have to invest in your children's education, and for family growth, you have to invest in education as well, because encouraging education and career development helps family members achieve personal and professional growth, otherwise contributing to the overall financial stability of the family. Because if everybody in the family is learned, if everybody's family is educated, everybody family is well to do, well doing, educationally stable, educationally bright, educationally sound, it will be easier for the family to thrive as a whole than when someone is like a semi-literate or not understanding guidelines to life. So going to school helps, and going to school may not necessarily be the normal school. There are schools for talent, to further talent, or careers, or the gifted ones. So you know as a parent the kind of school that will better for your kids or for your ward or your children, either to further their talents or their careers or their gifts. But education as a whole is very essential for family growth and for stability of the family, including financial stability of the family. Another aspect under financial stability is emergency preparedness. Emergency preparedness. Having an emergency fund and insurance can protect the family from unexpected financial crisis. That's why financial stability is very much essential. So even as you're budgeting, even as you're saving, even as you're investing, you should have an emergency fund. You should have an emergency bank. You should have an emergency account. Or fund or an insurance that can protect the family from unexpected financial crisis. There's some crisis that just comes, out of the blue, or there's some things that just happens out of the blue. But when you have like, an insurance or you have like an emergency fund, your money can come through for you, and save you at those times or at those points that you least expected or you least expect. But that's not something I pray for any of us, but you understand, you get me, you get the point. So yeah, another aspect of family growth is educational and personal development. That's where everybody in the family, work for themselves and work into, bringing up the better version of themselves. Number one is lifelong learning, because learning definitely never ends. It's a gradual process. But when learning about yourself, even learning about life, learning about love, learning about relationship, learning about your siblings, learning about your friends, learning about your loved ones. Learning never ends. So lifelong learning. Encouraging continuous learning and skill development helps family members stay adaptable and competitive in an ever-changing world, because the world is changing. Change is what they say is constant. So the world is changing, the world is evolving. So as a family, you guys have to be able to adapt, you guys have to be able to evolve, and learning is something that can help. So encouraging continuous learning and skill development will help family members stay active and stay adaptable and competitive in an ever changing world. Another aspect is support for children's education. Ensuring children have access to quality education and providing support for their academic pursuits. It is very crucial for their future success. That's why even as you do family planning, knowing the kind of I say the number of kids you want to have or the number of children you want to have, you have to plan for their future as well. And planning for their future involves, support for children's education, because you wouldn't just want to give birth to children and not plan for their education. You wouldn't just want to give birth to children and have them sit at home doing nothing. Or you don't just want to give birth to children, and have them going outside on the streets hawking or becoming nuisances, to the environment. Nah. I don't wish that for anybody. I don't wish that for any child. So as a parent or intending parent or parents already, you have to invest in your children's future and support, for children's education. Ensure that your children have access to quality education, and provide for their academic pursuit, because it is very much crucial to their future success. As a parent, you are very much, an essential factor to the success of your children. You are very much an essential factor to the success of your world, as you play the role as a parent or a guardian, you are very much essential to their success in the future. So you have to play the role as a parent and you have to pay your rent as a parent. You get me? Yeah. Another aspect is personal growth opportunities. Every part of every member of the family, has to be able to, like I said, pursue, whatever they're pursuing, either their dreams or careers or purposes, for the better version of themselves. So families should support individual hobbies, and interests, fostering personal growth and development. So support comes here also. That's personal growth opportunities. Families should support individual hobbies and interests, fostering personal growth and fulfillment. That's for educational and personal development. Another aspect of family growth is planning and organization. Very much essential. Planning and organization. And that planning and organization, we have goal setting. And now goal setting involves short-term and long-term goals. Short-term and long-term goals helps families stay focused and motivated. This includes goals related to education, career, finances, and personal development. In the family, everybody will definitely have goals. Everybody will definitely have stuff they want to do. Everybody will definitely have dreams they want to achieve. That's why support system is good. That's why encouragement from family is good. And personal growth, personal encouragement, and opportunities, for every member of the family is very, very much essential. So goal setting is something that should be encouraged by parents who look for their kids or for their children. Setting short-term and long-term goals helps families stay focused and motivated. And this includes goals related to every aspect or every endeavors of life. That's education, career, finances, and personal development. Another aspect of family growth or criteria for family growth under planning and organization is time management. That's having to balance work, school, and family time, ensuring that each member's needs are met and that quality time is spent together. There's some families that I think they see their parents or their dad or one of their parents either once in like 4 months or once in like 6 months or sometimes once in like 2 3 years. That is not really 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 much healthy, especially when the children are still growing or like at the very tender age and stuff, or are still teenagers and are trying to understand life for themselves and what life is really about. As a family parents, you have to be present, so you have to balance work, school, and family time so that each member's needs can be met, and you can also prioritize quality time as a family, spending quality time together as a family, understanding yourself, um, boosting the bond, boosting the intimacy, boosting the mutualities as a family, so that the family can grow and thrive together as a family. Another aspect of planning and organizations under criteria for family growth is family meetings. This is essential. Just as companies or organizations have meetings either every week or end of the week or end of the month, family meetings should be prioritized. Regular family meetings to discuss issues, plans, and achievements, so that you can keep everyone on the same page and improve family cohesion and improve family growth as well. Man, what are you even talking about? I see you every day. Okay, thank you. Yeah, welcome. I talk about different things basically. So if you are present every day, you would have learned one or two things. I talk about life, love, relationships. But yeah, since you come every day, you should have seen one or two things, or you'd have gained one or two things. So yeah, today I'm talking about family growth and criteria for family growth. So you can be present and learn one or two things. Probably you see sense in it. Yeah, welcome regardless. Bless up. So yeah, I was talking about family meetings, regular family meetings to discuss issues, plans, and achievements can keep everyone on the same page and improve family cohesion. And when there are family meetings, you guys understand each other, you guys are able to sort out issues, you guys will be able to bring out or bring about what everybody is going through, bring out plans. What are your plans? Okay, what do you want to do? Okay, everybody will hear him out or her out and say, okay, this is nice, and everybody give their contributions, and at the end, you guys will come to a conclusion as a family, and it can improve family cohesion as well and keep everybody up to date. Okay. Another aspect of family growth or criteria for family growth is environmental stability. I talked about financial stability. That's one. Now there's environmental stability as well. Now, what does environmental stability entail? Number one, safe and comfortable living environment. That's one thing parents you have to prioritize, because the environment you are, the environment your kids are, the environment your children are can have a huge influence on them. Can either influence them positively or negatively. It can impact them. So as a parent, you should prioritize and invest on the stability of the environment you groom your kids or you groom your parents. Ensure that they have a safe and comfortable living environment. Ensure that the home is a safe, comfortable, and nurturing space that supports the physical and emotional well-being of family members. You understand? Because if your children or if you grow your family in an environment where there are a lot of street guys or street boys, and these street boys don't go to school often or mostly regularly, frequently, that are seen on the street, and probably that are the same age with your kids or the same age with your male children and stuff. They may not have to be the same age, but they can, these street guys can impact or influence your children negatively. So be mindful of the kind of environment you settle as a parent to grow your family, or the environment you settle to grow a family, because you have to prioritize the environment, because to tell later or on your children, it could be now, it could be later in their future, but it will definitely tell on them. So prioritize safe and comfortable living environment, because it will definitely on later on tell on family growth. Another aspect is sustainable practices. Now, adopting sustainable practices like recycling, conserving energy, and reducing waste can promote a healthier environment for current and future generations. So you have to teach your kids or teach your words, not to litter the environment, not to litter bottles, not to litter everywhere with nylons and stuff. And you can have different waste bins for waste and the ones that can be recycled. And when they learn this, it also help in the future and also help the environment be safe and healthy. You need a girlfriend. You won't be the one to tell me if I need a girlfriend now. You get so calm down, bruv. Another aspect of environmental stability is adaptability to change. Change is constant, so you have to be able to adapt as an individual, and as a family, you have to be able to adapt as a family as well, because the family will definitely evolve. Every member of the family is growing. Every member of the family is evolving. Every member of the family, their likes, their hobbies are changing. Life is changing, so you have to evolve and you have to be able to adapt to change. Being adaptable to changes in circumstances such as moving homes, changing jobs, or dealing with health issues ensures that the family can handle transitions smoothly. There are some families that either their parents work, for the government, or work in a kind of organization where they transfer them probably every 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. So you have to teach your children adaptability to change. So it can help the transitioning in the family and can help them transition smoothly, because they can settle for a while and have friends, and before you guys are already moving. So you have to teach adaptability. You understand? Because family growth is multifaceted. It involves emotional aspects, it involves the physical aspect, it involves the financial aspect, it involves the educational aspect, social, organization, and environmental aspect. Family growth is very much essential. For you to have a successful family, for you to have a thriving family, you have to invest in family growth. Again, for you to have a beautiful family, for you to have a well united family, for you to have a bonded family, for you to have a family thriving, you have to invest in family growth. And now, with my introduction, I said family growth encompasses various aspects that contribute to the overall well-being, you know, and this involves expansion and success of a family unit. And this growth can be viewed in terms of size, emotional, psychological health, financial stability, and social connections. So these are the criteria that, as a parent or intending parent or yet to be parent, you have to invest in. You have to prioritize in order to have a successful family. You have to prioritize in order to have a beautiful family. You have to prioritize in order to have a well-to-do and a thriving family. So in summary, I'll list some of the criteria as I earlier mentioned for family growth. For you to have a successful family, for you to have a healthy family and a thriving family, no, the aspects or criteria for family growth are emotional and psychological well-being. And under that, I said healthy communication, which involves effective communication. I said emotional support, providing emotional support, very necessary, not just financial support. I mentioned mental health awareness. It has to start from home. It has to start from their teenage age, their childhood. For them to understand that they have to prioritize mental health, you know, prioritize their mental health. So another one, I said physical health. Under physical health, there's the nutrition, there's the regular exercises, and there's the healthcare access. It has to be prioritized for you to have a beautiful and a successful family. Then another one is financial stability. Another that I mentioned, income management, education and career development, and emergency preparedness. That's having an emergency fund and insurance, because it can protect you from unexpected financial crisis. Another I mentioned education and personal development. And under that I mentioned lifelong learning, that is encouraging continuous learning and skill development. I mentioned support for children's education, because you have to be able to sponsor and you have to be able to further your children's education, because it is crucial for their future success. Then I mentioned personal growth opportunities. Then under social connections and community involvement, I mentioned building relationships. Okay, I think I skipped this one. So social connections and community involvement is another criteria for family growth. Under that, number one is building relationships. That's maintaining strong relationships with extended family, friends, and neighbors, because it creates a support network that can provide help and companionship. It creates a network for your kids or your children to also have friends that understand them and have friends that they can build relationship and a future with. Under social connections, also there's community engagement. That is participating in community activities, volunteering, because it fosters a sense of belonging and purpose. Purpose, because when you're involving in an act of service, you are doing something beyond yourself. You are doing something selfless. You are doing something that involves love and doing something that involves impacting the lives of others. So social connections and community involvement can not only boost family growth, but also bring about purpose and a larger purpose to your family and your children as well. That's community engagement. Also, I said it can also provide additional support and resources. Also, cultural and religious practices. Engaging in cultural and religious practice can provide a sense of identity, tradition, and community support. It can also help your words or your children understand themselves or who they really are, so that outside they don't lose sense of themselves or lose sight of themselves or lose their identity, either in the face of adversities or whenever they're with their friends. So the social connections and community involvement is what, as a parent, you're meant to prioritize for better, family growth. So I also mentioned planning and organization, and under that I mentioned goal setting, time management, and family meetings, regular family meetings to discuss issues, plans, and achievements so that everyone can be on the same page and it improves family cohesion. Then lastly, I mentioned environmental stability because it's not just about financial stability. There's environmental stability as well. That's safe and comfortable living environments, sustainable practices, and adaptability to change. In conclusion, family growth is multifaceted, involving emotional, physical, financial, educational, social, organizational, and environmental aspects. By focusing on these criteria, families can create a supportive, healthy, and nurturing environment that promotes the well being and development of all members, ensuring a thriving family unit. So, in summary, if you want to have a successful family, if you want to grow with your family, and grow to not just be a family but a successful family, you have to prioritize, these aspects, which are emotional, physical, financial, educational, social, organizational, and environmental aspect. And that is it for today. With that brings us to the end of today's session on criteria for family growth. So if you want to have a successful family, you know the areas to prioritize. If you want to have a successful family, you know the areas as a family to put at the head front, and you know the areas to groom your children, for them to have a successful life and for you to have a successful family, and a better connection with your children and a better family bond and a better parent and children relationship. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today's name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. If it's night where you are, it's night where I am. So I wish you a good night. Sleep good, sleep healthy, sleep safe, sleep like a baby, and wake up like a giant. If it's morning where you are, have a beautiful morning. Go out and excel, go out and prosper. May favor answer to you. If it's afternoon where you are, come on, stay safe, stay calm, and don't forget to stay hydrated. Lastly, cultivate gratitude as a lifestyle because I'll always say gratitude open channels for more breakthroughs, for more doors of blessings, for favor, and it keeps us elated and keeps us going through whatever the challenge is or not. It keeps us through life. So yeah, thank you guys for being with me from beginning of the day to the end. And that brings us to the end. Thank you guys. I love you very much. You can say it back and you should say it back. Alright, type shit, type shit. It's a boy Coda and you know the vibes. And this is live streaming daily Tableau. Tomorrow is Friday and Fridays are usually for fun. So hope to see you tomorrow. Same time, 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Let's have fun together. We may have a guest, we may have a question and answer session, we may have an EMA session, that's Ask Me Anything session. We may have games and stuff, but tomorrow is fun. Yeah. Whatever we have, stay active and don't miss it. See you tomorrow. I love you. Stay blessed, stay safe, and don't forget to cultivate gratitude as a lifestyle. It's a boy Coda, and you know the vibes, and this is live streaming daily. It's our blog. Peace out. One love.